Hi, this is John with Flat 6 Motorsports, and today we're looking at improving the shifting of a 996. So one of the things that really bothers me about my 996 is the OEM shifter. It's just very springy feeling and just doesn't really inspire a lot of confidence in driving. I actually, frankly, kind of hate it. So today we have Luca from Function First here to go over the 996 Shift Right kit. So Luca, why don't you tell us a little bit about Function First and this kit that we're going to be installing?
Yeah, thanks, John. So I love Porsches, I love manual transmissions, and I love driving my Porsche with manual transmission. But one thing I quickly learned when I got my 996 was that the shifter, like John said, spongy, ambiguous, imprecise, all those negative things kind of was coming from the OEM shifter. Some of that is like, sure, it's a 10, 12, 15-year-old shifter, understandable. So what I did was I developed my kit that uses high precision aluminum, ball bearings, which is very important, and all the moving parts in here I tightened up to get the most precision, accuracy, and really feel like we're just going after like a nice shifter feel. So that's what this kit is going to do. So John here has his 996 shifter that came out of the car that's behind us right here. Here's a 997 OEM shifter. I kind of recommend this one over the 996 because you have a 15% reduction in throw. So it's not like a super short throw. It's really a sweet spot. So we're going to be installing the Shift Right kit with the ball bearings and the aluminum components into the 997 shifter today. And I think John will really like the outcome.
And we just happen to have this 997 OEM shifter laying around, so based on the recommendation of Luca, figured why don't we just throw this in instead. But all these parts do work on the factory 996 shifter. They're very similar, just a slight reduction in throw. This has less miles on it, so I'm going to throw it in my personal car for those reasons. So let's get into the install.
So we have the 996 shifter out of the car, but like we said before, we're installing the kit, the Shift Right kit, into a 997 shifter. This has a 15% throw reduction, which in my opinion is a sweet spot for this transmission. So from the outside, these actually don't look too different. We reused the shifter body and we reused the shift lever. But looking at it in a little bit of a deeper dive, what we changed was the bushings here that your shift lever pivots within. These are aluminum precision to match the shifter housing, but inside of here we have thrust ball bearings. So this is important because all your shifter force is going axially, right, not up and down. So we want to make sure we have good load rating there, which we do with these. These are quite large ball bearings. Preloaded properly here with the set screw back here. There's zero play fore and aft. We also upgraded the shifter yoke here. See, the stock one is plastic, just mounted on a little plastic plain bushing. Aluminum piece, tightly toleranced to our yoke bushing, which is also included in the kit. So you have zero play there. And we also mount that on ball bearings. So when you're articulating the shifter, nice smooth action, and there's no end play anywhere. All that, what does that mean? You're like, that's great technical information, but you're not going to miss gears anymore. Overall higher quality shifter feel, something that belongs on a Porsche. and a lot more driving enjoyment. So we're going to install it in the car, and John's going to take it for a test drive and give us his thoughts.
All right, so we're here in the 996 with the function first shift right solution. And I can tell instantly, everything just feels a lot more solid in the shifter. In some ways, it almost feels like you could just go with all of your might and it's gonna hold and stick. So a lot of that slop, I'm just going down here in the second gear, a lot of that slop that was in the factory shifter has been removed, and it's just a lot more solid feeling. Quite a bit smoother as well. Just kind of go through some gears here. Let the RPMs pick up a little. And yeah, it just feels very smooth, a little heel and toe there. It just goes exactly where you want it. To me, it kind of feels like a slightly notchier version of like a 981 or 718 shifter, but the overall feel is just very solid. I think it's just that OEM Plus type upgrade where you're reusing the OEM shifter, but just improving, the components of it to make it more solid and perform better. And that results in, on the street here, just a very solid, smoother feeling than the factory shifter. But I imagine on the track, this is probably even more rewarding because there's no guessing. It goes exactly where you intend to put it. And that's exactly what you want on the track. You want confidence in the car, where before the shifter, I would have felt a little nervous sometimes just making sure it engages in the gear. It had a lot of slop. It moved around a lot. It just wasn't really a good feeling, in my opinion. I remember getting in the car and just thinking like, wow, shifters have come so far from the 996 generation just in the way it felt. But this really, impresses me because it just cleans everything up. So I think it's a great upgrade for anybody who's just looking for a more, positive, smoother shifting solution for their 996. Or if you're tracking the car and you just want more confidence in the car. Like I said, this just feels like no matter what you do, it's going to go into gear the way you want it to go in gear. Just a really good feeling shifter. I hope you found this video informative. If you're interested in this function first shift right solution, we have them available at flat6.com along with a host of other shifting solutions. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below or reach out to us. Thanks, we'll see you in the next one.